good. Okay, Sarah Biviano, almost 1 minute. We must both be on Apple time. Both on Apple time. What's that? Okay, we're ready to begin the very first meeting of the 2024 Planning Committee of Akron City Council. Roll call, please.
Fusco.
Aye.
Kamer.
Aye.
Connor.
Aye.
Boys.
Yes.
Hannah.
Aye.
All committee members are present.
Very good. I'm guessing we're going to need a motion to approve the minutes of the previously held meeting, which seemed like it was like last year sometime. So is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The ayes have it. Against? The ayes have it. Very good. We have 3 items that are up for a public hearing this afternoon. The procedures will be, we will ask the planning department to read in the item that's up for a public hearing. After that, our clerk, Sarah Biviano, will swear in any individuals that wish to address the committee during a public hearing, which will be held both this afternoon, right now, and then at 7 o'clock this evening. After, I'm sorry, Sarah?
Sorry to interrupt. The public hearing tonight will be at 6:30. Regular meeting is 6:30 instead of 7.
Okay, thank you so much. We've changed the time from 6:30, or from 7 to 6:30 now. So, okay. So that's what we'll be doing at 6:30 today, not 7. So, thank you. We will, the only major difference between the public hearing at 1 o'clock and 6:30 is that the committee will make a recommendation to all of council referencing these 3 items that are up for a public hearing, either to approve, disapprove, or to table an item and take time. So those are the procedures that we follow. And so with that, could you please read in the first item that's up for public hearing, Ms. Biviano? Thank you.
The first item up for public hearing is a resolution approving the renewal application of Avilia Ramos to have agricultural property at 1080 St. Michael's Avenue placed in an agricultural district pursuant to revised code section 929.01 and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. Antonucci.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee members. Avilia Ramos is requesting a renewal for an additional period of 5 years of agricultural district designation for this property at 1080 St. Michael's Avenue. There's 4.13 acres of land devoted for agricultural use. Agricultural designation will provide financial benefits in the form of property tax relief, and the planning staff recommends approval. Thank you.
Thank you for your report. At this time, I'd like to ask if there anyone here wishing to testify before the committee in reference to the agricultural use district on St. Michael's Avenue, 1080. Anyone here wishing to speak? Anyone online? Sign up? No? Okay, very good. We'll forego that piece, but we'll still open up a public hearing, ask if there's anyone wishing to speak against or in favor. Going once, going twice. We'll close the public hearing portion and open it up to any committee members who may have any questions in reference to the 1080 St. Michael's Avenue Agricultural Use District. Just for everyone, a brief explanation to add on to what Mr. Antonucci had mentioned. Do we get these every year or every 4 or 5 years?
Pretty much every year. They're a 5-year renewal,
Yeah.
so they rotate, yeah.
Yeah. And what this is, basically, it's for agricultural use in the state of Ohio. They get a break in their income, real estate taxes. And so the local jurisdiction's got to verify that for the auditor, well, the fiscal office, whenever they send out the tax bills. So that's what this procedure is about. Good? Any questions or comments from any council members? Okay, thank you very much. We'll now move on to the second item that's up for public hearing.
The second item is a resolution approving with modification the renewal application of Donald and Carol Bessemer to have agricultural property on 1543 Collier Road placed in an agricultural district pursuant to revised code section 929.01 and declaring an emergency.
Thank you, Mr. Antonucci.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, committee members. Donald and Carol Bessemer are requesting renewal for an additional period of 5 years of agricultural district designation for the property at 1543 Collier Road. The Bessemers have 11.34 acres of land devoted for agricultural use. Agricultural designation would provide financial benefits in the form of property tax relief and encourages continued agricultural production of the property. The planning staff recommends approval.
Thank you for your report. Ask if there's anyone here wishing to speak in favor or against this item. Please be sworn in by our clerk. Hearing and seeing no one. Okay, very good. We'll open up the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak in favor or against? Anyone wishing to speak in favor or against? We'll close the public hearing portion. Open it up to any committee members who may have questions or comments. Any committee, any council members with any questions or comments? Okay, very good. We'll close that up and move on to item number 3.
Item number 3 is a resolution adopting the 2024 Capital Investment and Community Development Program, legally referred to as the Capital Investment Budget, and declaring an emergency.
Thank you. Helen Tomic.
Good afternoon, committee chair, committee members. Every year, the city administration prepares a capital investment community development program for city council consideration. The budget specifies the types, locations, costs, and general descriptions of capital investments planned for implementation throughout the 2024 year. The capital investment for 2024 includes the following: enhancing and maintaining existing public infrastructure, such as sidewalks and streets, improving the parks, completing the work at Ed Davis and Patterson Park community centers, finalizing design for the new Poulet Reservoir and renovations at the Reservoir Community Center, and ongoing partnerships with Kaboom to address our play space. The capital budget also identifies the purchase of police vehicles, fire trucks, and public services, the purchase of, like I said, 1 engine truck, debt service payments for previous capital budgets, looking at the completion of East Exchange Street, complete street projects, and ongoing water and sewer investments. The objectives of the capital investment program are to construct or rehabilitate facilities vital to the residents of Akron, encouraging private investment, thereby increasing the city's tax base and annual revenues, leveraging federal, state, and private funds wherever possible to fund capital projects, and to provide capital investments to support the longer-term growth of the city of Akron that's consistent with the city's land use and development guide plan. The proposed 2024 capital investment and community development program consists of approximately $360.8 million. This includes $91.8 million of local funds, $2.4 million of regional resources, $197.4 million from the state of Ohio, $64.2 million from the federal government, and approximately $4.9 million from private sources. City staff will conduct a detailed, in-depth review of each and every line item of the capital budget this afternoon at 3:30 in council chambers. The first review will focus on transportation, public facilities, housing, community services, economic development, and miscellaneous. Then on the following Monday, January 29th, an additional review will be held at 3:30 to review parks and recreation, along with water and sewer capital funds. Per city charter, the capital budget must be passed by February 15th, 2024. And with that, we open it up to questions. Thank you.
Thank you for that report. I'd like to ask Ms. Viviano to swear in any individuals that may be here that wish to testify before the committee referencing the capital budget.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth? If so, please say, "I do." Thank you.
Okay, thank you. At this point, we'll open up the public hearing and ask if there's anyone here wishing to speak to the committee. You're welcome to do so. If you could please provide for us your name and address.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Council. My name is Fran Wilson, and I live at 204 Myrtle Place. Thank Thank you. I look forward to sitting through, this is my 4th year sitting through the capital budget, so I'm excited to listen to the projects and allocations and things. One thing that I've been asking since my first time being here is whether we could have a town hall, a public town hall about it. I know that you were about to give a rather robust and in-depth hours-long presentation, but I think it would be really great to give some sort of larger summary to the public at some point, and preferably before it's passed. But that's probably not happening this year, but ask for next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor or against or make comments referencing the capital budget? Anyone else? Seeing or hearing no one, we'll close the public hearing portion and open up to committee members if there's any questions or comments from anyone. Yes, Ms. Boyes?
Thank you. I should know this because I was on Planning Commission, but refresh my memory. Once the capital budget is passed, and I know there are some things that are in buckets, more general buckets, that, get determined throughout the course of the year, but what can be changed? Are there changes that can be made in the capital budget without council approval? And how does that work?
I will state that this is a resolution. It is not an ordinance. So these are recommendations adopted by council. Everything that is here may not necessarily move forward this year, but today we are projecting that these projects will move forward with understanding that things change. I will also note there's an entire section in here for CDBG funds, home funds, and ESG funds. Those are referred to as placeholders. As of today, HUD has not released our 2024 budget. I do not anticipate that happening for another 2 or 3 months. So once we go through that process, the CDBG home and ESG budget will come before council as well for separate consideration. But most of these projects, some of them are underway already, and some of them we're working with engineering and design phases and different phases of construction. Does that answer your question?
I think so. I was more just interested in, I think you answered my question up front.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Any other committee members with any questions or comments? Ms. Mobian?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My question has to do with ARPA dollars. I see we have federal dollar line item here. Are we including any ARPA dollars in these projects, and are they separated out? So, because I know the funds have to be committed, obligated by the 2024, spent by 2026. I'm just curious, are we including in those dollars in any of these projects?
Ms. Tomic?
So the ARPA dollars are a separate line item in the outline of the capital budget. So this year we're proposing spending approximately $34 million of ARPA funds, and we are on track to be under contract by December 31st, 2024, committing all of our ARPA dollars.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Further questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. Look forward to seeing you at 3:30, I believe.
That's correct. Thank you.
That's whenever we'll begin. Thank you very much. With that, we will now move on to the balance of the agenda, of which we have no items to discuss at this point. There's no new legislation, I understand? No
That's
new
correct.
legislation. So with this, we're adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Our next committee today will be the Public Service Committee, and it will begin at 2 o'clock. Those committee members are Kamer, McKittrick, Somerville, Hardy, and Lombardo. Again, that's the Public Service Committee, and it will begin at 2 o'clock. Thank you.